In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, we'll just take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Here Hold My Earrings. My name is Al, and I'm your DM today. With me are Henrietta, Yvonne, Laura, Daria, Sophie, and Ida. Henrietta.
Hi, I'm Henrietta. I'm from Norway, and I'm playing Mia Lee, a moon elf wizard.
That is a mouthful.
Yeah.
Cracker.
Hi, I'm Yvonne from
Sorry.
Canada.
Pardon
It's my
me.
real life. It's my real life.
I feel like you channel Cracker in real life.
Yeah, sometimes. Hi, I'm Yvonne from Canada, and I play Cracker, a half-orc barbarian who actually chops wood in real life.
Yeah.
So
I said,
cool.
put that back. Don't make me rage.
Damn, and that.
Laura.
Hey, I'm Laura from Germany, and I play Byleth, a tiefling wizard.
Daria.
Hi, I'm Daria. I'm from Poland, and I play a tiefling sorcerer named Zenis.
Sophie.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm from Wales, and I play a human wizard named Charlotte.
And Ida.
Hi, I'm Ida. I'm from Sweden, and I play a wood elf cleric named Lilith.
Excellent. All right. Hit it.
Okay, so we start our session fighting Tisahisa. Cracker is down taking her short nap, but Lilith heals her and she's no longer sleeping. And then Charlotte gives her a healing potion, so she's okay. Blemish grapples Tisahisa and moves him back a little, but then Tisahisa casts a spell and we see no more Blemish. And Tisahisa is running away, covered. We go after him. In the meantime, Cracker heals some more, and Zenis uses Mind Sliver to on the worm that Blemish has turned to, and Blemish comes back again. Yay. We run after Tisahisa, Cracker hits him with Javelin, and then Tisahisa comes closer and casts a spell that leaves Cracker and Lilith stunned, deaf, and blind. Then Zenis, Blemish, and Byleth hit him some more, and Charlotte kills him with a magic missile. Then the temple's starting to fall, and we try to leave as fast as we can. But of course, it's not that easy, especially with two stunned party members. So Millie and Zenis call for Euripides to come as fast as he can, and we try to leave through the ceiling. We make our way up. Zenis uses her cool boots to take Lilith up. Blemish is taking Cracker, and Millie, Charlotte, and Byleth tries to climb up. Byleth falls down and waits for Zenis to pick her up. But Zenis has a different plan and instead helps Millie get up. Byleth finally tries again herself, and she makes it up. Yay, she can do it.
Amazing.
Charlotte tries to go up again and falls again. Zenis comes back, and Charlotte thinks it's for her, but she takes Euripides, and it makes Charlotte a little bit mad. A little bit. And then almost everyone is out of the temple except Charlotte, but after some time, she manages to make her way out just in time, because the temple vanishes into the ground, making a giant hole. Then Valdi appears. She survives, yeah. And we talk a little with her. We think that we should go after Merleaf. Bitch Merleaf. And Blemish is yapping about Cracker Wave and says that she should lose some. But
Oh.
for some reason he won't tell her to her face. And Valdi made a camp in a different place and says that she has some rations for us and we're going to take a long rest. And that's where we ended.
Excellent. Well done. Yeah, that Blemish he's a survivor. He knows what to say and what not to say. Okay. So, what are you guys doing now?
Long rest, I hope.
Long rest? You're gonna just camp out there right next to this gigantic hole of suspicious activity, snake gods, and all kinds of other nasties.
We did
Not
a long rest
exactly
last
human
session, didn't
cell.
we?
We started.
Yeah, you're finishing your long rest then.
Yeah. Voldy took us to our camp.
All right, so you finished your long rest, and all of you
Nice.
have.
I still need to do all my 20 things.
Okay, let me finish. Not everybody updated the character sheet, I think. Somebody forget not to. Did you do it, Yvonne? I may have missed it.
Look at one thing at the bottom there, feral instinct.
Okay.
I have advantage on initiative now.
Well, aren't you special?
I am.
You are. And don't let anybody tell you you're not.
Yeah.
You can be anything you want except a wizard.
Exactly.
Okay. Good. Well done. Yes, so you can go ahead, Laura. But I was just going to say, for those of you who picked up new, or actually anybody, including Cracker, if you would like, I would like to invite you to post slowly, so it's not like just like a like a vomitus of information. Post your individual new abilities, spells, whatever it is that you think is cool to share, because you may end up, as I've always said, the game itself is we've got some rules, right? We don't want people to break immersion by going into this deep committee in the middle of a combat. But when you're around the campsite, which is literally what you are now, then there's no reason why you can't discuss your abilities, ask questions of each other. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but in planning out tactics, like the last game where two of you used enlarge reduce, but the different polar extremes, one to buff your own ally and another to debuff the enemy. I thought that was very clever, and it's a great way for you guys to bond as well as learn teamwork and get tactical benefits. A plus B is greater than C type of thing, or C is greater than A plus B. So you can put yourself into this situation where you've got more information about each other and about your own abilities, and in doing so, create a better outcome for your combats or your exploration or whatever else you might be doing. So feel free to post it. Why don't we just go in seniority order? Not that really exists, but you know what I mean. Henrietta, do you want to go first?
Okay, well, I got something called Blade Song as kind of a, what is it called? The wizard's thing. So
Oh my gosh.
I'm kind of
Amazing.
melee wizard fighting with my
Melee.
A
daggers.
wizard?
See
Melee.
what you did there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized it
Melee.
myself.
Oh,
Oh my
Melee.
god!
Great.
I've known this for months, and I only just got that. Oh, you bastard! You really got me good. Oh man. Jeez. All right. Well done,
love it.
Henrietta.
And
So just to be clear, Blade Song isn't, despite the name, it's not actually singing. For those of you who
Nope.
don't know, it's
Sad.
more like it's like when if you ever see those kung fu films and there's some master of the sword and they whip around and they're not wearing any armor, right? Because they never do, just wearing robes. But they whip the sword around so fast that they can deflect arrows and things. That's kind of what she's doing.
I can wear light armor, actually.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
the point is she's not. That's it. That's what it looks like. Is which has then been borrowed by video games and Star Wars and all these other pop culture references. Cool.
Yes. And I also took a spell that's kind of like concentration misty step kind of thing, called Kinetic Jaunt, where you get increased walking speed and you don't provoke opportunity attacks. So I can run around the battlefield, swiping with my daggers and run away.
Cool. Yeah,
So cool.
I feel like Sophie would like that in real life.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Cool. All right. Well done. Yvonne, would you like to share something?
That's my thing. Feral instinct. So my instincts are so honed that I have advantage on initiative rolls, even
Oh
when
my
I'm kind of
God.
dopey. Additionally, if you're surprised at the beginning of combat and aren't incapacitated, you act normally on your first turn, but only if you enter your rage before doing anything else on that turn. So I will never forget again. Ever.
Okay, very good. Yeah, sounds like initiative is pretty important. So that's
Mhm.
awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, Laura.
Well, I am now a divination expert. Yeah, you can ask me any kind of questions about divination things. I'm the expert, okay? And well, these spells come really easily to me, so I can now, get back some of my power that I have used. And with that, I took the spell Mind Spike. Very cool. Very nice.
Cool.
Hmm.
What was your other spell that you took?
Well, that was my second level spell that I have replaced, and then I took Fly, so that I can look at cool, or somebody else. I can cast that on somebody else. And as a ritual, I took Tiny Hut, so then we
Oh.
can basically
gosh.
rest
Yeah, I was
easily
thinking about
wherever.
that one.
Tiny Hut
And
is awesome.
Mm.
It's
have it
also
nice and
great.
cozy.
Yeah, it's also great it takes a while to cast, so you can't really do it in combat, but if you know that combat's going to happen, you basically get a little free fortress. So, I mean, it is worth thinking about it if you haven't already, all of you, because Tiny Hut can be useful, and the fact that she's casting it just means that, she's the one doing it, but it's such a useful spell because if you're preparing a battlefield, right? You're trying to lure some people in, and you're preparing a battlefield, and you put Tiny Hut in the right place, you can actually jump in and out of the Tiny Hut and be protected while you're in the Tiny Hut, and then attack as you step out of the Tiny Hut. Because it's a big. Could you put some paragraph breaks in
Yeah,
there?
I just did that. It
Okay,
looks so nice now.
maybe a little more spacing between the paragraphs. Sorry.
More.
I know. It's hard to read. But if you read the sections in
Okay.
it, right, it's basically a giant force dome.
Mhm.
Now, just to be clear, because there has been a lot of argument about this, at different times, despite being the same source, Jeremy Crawford, who we primarily use as the rules arbiter for the spell, for all magic, all rules rather. He has contravened himself, and the way we're going to play it is the tiny hut is a full dome on top as well as a floor. So you won't be, if you're in the tiny hut and it's active, you won't be attacked through the floor by burrowing creatures any different than if you couldn't be attacked through the dome portion above the ground. If for some reason I forget, correct me. Okay. But that's how we're going to play it, because it's supposed to be around you. It's supposed to be full protection. But also in versions past, you'd get into huge arguments over whether or not, somebody could, like it's 8 hours, right? So you got a couple of orcs and they start digging a little hole underneath the dome, and the next thing you know, you're fighting off an incursion. So, okay, cool. Well done. All right, Daria.
So I have now a resistant to psychic damage and have advantage on saving throw against being charmed and frightened.
Nice.
And I can cast a spell with my psionic spells feature by without expending a spell slot, but with spending a sorcery points, and it doesn't requires verbal or somatic components, and no material components unless they are consumed by the spell. So no counterspelling that.
Very nice.
I like the little evil laugh at the end of it there.
And as my spell, I took Hypnotic Pattern.
Nice.
And
that is a great spell.
Detect thoughts for locate object.
Okay. Cool. I wonder if you're going to get to use locate objects anytime soon.
I hope. That's why I
Right.
picked it.
Are you looking for something in particular?
It might come in handy when looking for the beach.
Locate
She
bitch.
has a Darlin. No, she has a Darlin spear still.
All right. Yes. Good point. Beep, 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 beep. Locate friendship. Bing, 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 bing.
Not that.
Yeah. We don't need stinking friends. Okay. Very good. Sophie, what have you brought to class?
So I have telekinesis now.
Wow.
So my my mage hand is like invisible, and I can cast it without an incantation or without doing hand signs or whatever. And also it has like bigger range, and I can push people as a bonus action during combat, which is nice.
That's new. I've never seen that one before. What was the source on that?
I think it's Tasha's.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes,
Pretty cool.
Tasha's, of course.
It's kind of like a big B's hand spell almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
cool.
everyone else is telepathic, so I thought, well, I'll be telekinetic then.
Right. I mean, why not? As one does. Very good. Okay. And last but certainly not least, Ida.
Yes. I went with Magic Initiate.
Excellent.
So I picked the Druid class.
Really taking one for the team, by the way.
Yes. So I went with some good berries
Yay.
that I can use once every long rest. And
Well
then I picked 2 cantrips. I picked the Mold Earth and Thunderclap.
Nice.
And being a cleric, I also get to pick 1 cantrip of my own. So I picked the Sacred Flame.
Very good. Now, did everybody find familiar? Is everybody going to be using it? Because if Ida is going to basically give up her level 4 feat to keep the rest of you bozos alive, the least you could do is make it easier on her by making sure you've got all the little non-combatant friends running around possible to feed good berries to each other, including to Lilith to keep your party alive.
I just need gold. I'm broke.
Sophie,
There's
does
some-
Charlotte actually have the spell?
Some of that hole over there.
Hmm. I've never used it, but I have it.
Okay. So remember, you can, depending on the form, the familiar can or may or be able to do certain things. So all familiars obviously have a mouth. They can certainly carry a good berry in their mouths, and we will hand wave it and say they can mash it up and, force feed like a bird feeding a chick, right? Force feed a downed character. Some of Laura was smart to get Byleth a special harness that she can give to Ivy in certain forms, so that Ivy can carry more than one good berry around. It's also important to remember, as much as I joke about the familiars hating being used as more just expendable scouts, they do provide the help action. They can't attack unless you've got a very specific familiar, like a certain type of warlock, or you have a particular spell. So there is one cantrip, the Shocking Grasp cantrip, which is a melee cantrip, which can be delivered by a familiar. But to do that uses up your reaction, your action, or the familiar's action, and it's something you would use only if you really needed to do something stealthy using the familiar and attack with it. But the familiar can always provide the help action, which would basically give you advantage every time somebody's attacking, right? So you can do that. So if you have 3 wizards all casting Find Familiar, and they can carry a couple of good berries, and they can provide the help action when they're not giving out good berries, you can get a huge tactical benefit. Sorry, did I cut somebody off? Was that Sophie?
No.
Okay. Did somebody else want to say something? Cool. Alrighty then. Very good. Yeah, I think that's a really nice setup. I think you guys are really developing some utility side of the combat equation, which is always underestimated, I find. Great. Okay, so what do you guys want to do now?
Important.
Portent, yes.
And
You
learn
and
the
your-
language.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. And I want to learn the word run.
Run?
Run. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Biegać.
Oh god.
Did you say bitch? What?
Can you say it again?
Biegać.
Biegać.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like the word the B word. I don't know.
Biegać. Okay. Okay. Thank you. As always.
Not friendship,
Heart.
heart, besties. Okay, cool. Anything else for anybody else?
Yes. I want to use good berries and hand out 2 to everyone on the party.
Excellent.
I also want to switch out the spell. I don't want guiding bolt anymore. Instead, I want protection from evil and good.
Wow. Okay.
And I also want to ready, or what is it? Prayer of healing.
Now that's using your noggin.
And that's it.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna do something.
Yeah. go for it.
I just want to change some spells. Let's see. So I want to change Enlarge Reduce for Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, which is another spell that I chose on Level Up.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Enlarge Reduce is an awesome spell, but it's definitely worth trying that new one because it's got some interesting tactical aspects.
Yeah, and it looks cool. Just like a big fist coming up from the ground.
Oh, God.
But
You see how I just didn't touch that one? Because I've got too
choice.
much class. Too much class. God. But Sophie, I have to say, you make it so hard to like resist.
Hmm.
Do you get that from your friends? Like you just say things and then people are just like, "Oh my God, Sophie, I
I
didn't
don't
mean it
think
that
so.
way."
I don't think so.
Oh,
Maybe.
you must have very innocent friends.
No.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you've got Big Fister there. Cool.
And I want
Anybody?
to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Ah. Anybody else doing Find Familiar after a long speech from the DM about it?
Okay, then.
No.
I
I'm
have
going to do it.
my giant red. If
You have your
anything
what?
happens, my giant red.
Oh, Giant Rat. Sorry.
Oh, good.
I'm hearing Giant Red. Okay, cool.
I'll cast it too.
Anybody going to give poor Melee over there?
Oh yeah, I
a
need some gold, please.
10 gold pieces.
Cracker.
We have some in the Lynn's backpack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's going to begrudge you the 10 gold pieces after having begged thousands off of you in the past sessions. I think you guys spent more than 10 gold pieces just getting Starbucks from the library.
Yeah.
Neely, do you need a backpack?
Oh,
'Cause-
I got a backpack.
okay.
I stole one from the temple. It's full
Right.
of silver and candle holders and
Okay.
stuff like that. There.
Okay, good. Well, you guys look like you're all set, ready to rumble.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys tell me what you're doing next. You awaken. Birds chirping, gentle breeze, leaves rustling in the wind, the smell of love, friendship, and companionship wafting throughout your camp. You awaken, and each of you just wants to scratch, pick a few leaves out of your hair, and just hug your fellow adventurer. Yes, I'm talking about you, Laura.
I hug everyone.
Does anybody resist?
Me.
Does anybody try to dodge out of the way? Feel free
Me.
to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh
Oh my god.
no. I love you too, Sweeties.
She's so bad. It's so bad that she's still Zanice is still like waking up, so she's just like really awkward and clumsy, and she just trips and lands right into Violet's arms. Completely the opposite of her intention. Does Zanice complain about it? Does she try to play it off as if she deliberately wanted to hug Violet?
That's enough. I can wake up.
Very good. Yeah, awkward. right. Good. So, are y'all ready to go out and hunt some multi-armed snake women?
Yes.
All right. Now, I know some of you were talking about some looting of the temple. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but if you want to, we should get started because I don't know how long it'll take for us to find this demon and wouldn't want to get caught out in the open at dark. So we'll need to give ourselves some time to set up a new camp. Anyone? All I hear is crickets.
I'll definitely help out. But I thought we were going to float down the hole. Someone said something about going after. Do we want to? It's floating down the whole thing. Can't stop thinking about that giant sword.
Yeah, that was a big sword.
Hmm.
One of the biggest Crackers ever seen.
Well, I think we can try, and if anything happens, we will be out in no time.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Maybe we should send a familiar down and just look to see if there's an opening, if it's even possible to get in after
Good
the
plan.
collapse.
Mhm.
Stupid to burn a spell and get down there and not be able to get in.
That's
Yeah,
true.
good point.
I was good at scouting.
I'm sure your familiar is just as good.
Yeah.
I haven't casted it.
Sure, I was going to cast it as an owl anyway, so I can do that.
Don't sacrifice my familiar. You've got your own. Which, is kind of a fair point.
So I'm going to, after casting my familiar, an owl named Rua, he's gonna fly
Named
down the
what?
hole.
What's his
Rua.
name?
Rua, also
No.
R-U-A, Rua.
Okay.
Yeah, it means star in Elvish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm going to look through his eyes.
You can just pick something simple like biscuit.
No. Why be
Rua.
simple when you can do it hard?
Some of us just woke up.
I've been up for hours.
Yeah, good for you. Okay. Rua. All right. And what else? So you're going to fly Rua down the hole.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other preparations before you do it, or just
I'm just gonna look through his eyes for 100 feet to see.
100 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens if he gets to 100 feet?
I think you break the connection.
No, I know, but I mean, is he going to keep going or?
Yeah, it's gonna keep going. And
Okay, so you're gonna send him down, but you
Yeah.
just won't know what's happening after 100 feet.
right.
Okay.
And
Uh,
I'm also gonna tell him to come back when he reaches the bottom after doing a flyby.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rua flies 100 feet down, and just before the connection's about to break, he sends you a message. I still don't see anything.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay, so the connection's broken,
Mhm.
and a few rounds go by, and then Rua returns, and whilst he's still flying up, he sends you, he contacts you. It looks like it's partially collapsed, and there's no movement, but he didn't hang around.
Okay.
And you didn't tell him to fly into the ruins.
No. Was there a way inside? An opening?
So Rua has never seen the temple before.
No.
The section at the top, the middle section that was the highest, has collapsed, and that's where the most collapses occurred. He didn't see another obvious opening. But again, he's not been to the temple, so he doesn't know about doors and the trap doors and the secret entrances that you found. But the section in the middle has collapsed.
Okay. I'm gonna tell that to the party.
Okay. And it's about 300 feet down.
300 feet, okay. That's a long way.
It's a big hole.
Yeah.
But luckily, one of you now has a big fist for it.
Okay.
He's so gross.
We were all thinking it, but nobody was going to say it.
Yep.
Is it worth the risk going down, Ollie, if we fall? And if we only gonna send a couple of people down, is it worth the risk that the Hydra comes back?
Yeah.
Good question.
It's not worth it.
Then maybe we should all just go down and take as much as we can carry.
But how do we get up and down without wasting a lot of spells? And if the Hydra is back on top when we get back up and we wasted all our spells on flying and I don't know.
Looting.
And how are we going to carry everything? I'm not that
Mm.
strong.
Let's just leave it. Let's go after that bitch.
Yeah.
Well, we know where it
Yeah.
is, so we can come back
Mm,
if we want to. Sometime.
yeah. We have
the
bigger
power of
fish
friendship.
to fry. With the power of friendship.
Bonus action, wretch. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So you guys gonna head on out.
Yes.
Does anybody else want to do anything before we break camp, as the saying goes?
I'm gonna have my shield ready, as always. Always having my shield on.
Okay. So just to be clear, your shield's ready, but is your weapon drawn, or are you gonna primarily have your spell focus ready?
Yeah, spell focus.
Okay. That sounds sensible. Yeah. Anybody else doing any preparations? Walking with weapons drawn? Anything
Yeah,
else?
I'll walk with my great axe drawn.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm gonna cast right before we go. I'm gonna cast locate object, and it will be on Dalen's spear.
Ooh. Right. Very good. So, how familiar would you say you are to the spear itself?
I saw it.
Technically,
close.
that's all you need. Yeah. Okay. 1,000 feet of you. So 1,000 feet is less than 20% of a mile, or about 300 meters, 300, 400 meters. So nothing goes off, as in it's not within 300 meters.
Yeah, but it lasts for 10 minutes, so
Okay.
maybe if we
Yeah,
move,
absolutely.
maybe I will pick something
Yep, absolutely.
just in case.
Yeah. I mean, so just to be clear, it's been how many days now? I think it's been 2 days, right? You guys had a long rest in the temple in between her fleeing and you finishing off Tisahissa. So, and then you had a long rest just now. So it's been a couple of days since you last saw her. Okay, cool. All right. Now, I'm getting the sense that we should be heading deeper into the swamp. There are some patches that are not so swampy. It's more fields. It kind of depends a little bit on the tidal currents and how the estuary is flowing at that particular moment. You'll be finding your waders, but you may want to just, if you have any preparations for bugs and things, just salves, ointments, you may want to slather some on just to make sure you don't get too badly bit. And what I'll do is I'm going to cast my Pass Without Trace spell, which we used last time to get into the temple. It'll just make us all a little bit stealthier. Now, I'm not expecting to run into any trouble because if I sense it, I'll try to steer us away from it. But the swamp's a deadly place, and there are lots of things, lots of nasty things that can hide in plain sight or just under the surface of the water, or even some of the trees can be a bit dangerous. So you just want to keep your eye out. Now, if we're lucky, we'll avoid any major issues, and then it'll just be a question of finding the right place to catch up to this Marilith. And maybe, if we're lucky, we can sneak up on her and spring a little ambush. What do you say?
Sounds good.
Sounds great. Yeah.
All righty. Follow me, step where I step, just to be smart about it. You never know. And we'll hopefully we'll get there pretty quick. Right. What's the marching order?
I don't know. Maybe I'll go first, and Blemish, you can go last.
Blemish is always last.
I can go behind you, Cracker, and if we see her, I can use protection from evil and good on you. I need to touch them.
Nice. Good thinking. All right. Let's head on out. Now, I'm going to ask all of you to keep an eye out and an ear out. I'll be in the lead. Chances are I'll pick it up first, but you never know. Even I have bad days. And I won't know it's a bad day until I stumble across some sort of a demon or even a giant gator, and I'm not prepared. All right? So let's have everybody roll perception checks. Well, Lilith is definitely on her game, as is Zenise. And Charlotte as well. Charlotte, having died one too many times, is a little bit extra paranoid, presumably.
I see everything.
You see everything? Do you see the Matrix?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Very good. Okay. I sense something up ahead. Now, you've been walking for several hours now. I'm not going to do this like every 10 minutes because that's ridiculous. You've been walking for several hours. Do you hear it? And she turns to all of you. Those of you with a 15 or above, you do hear something. It sounds like the sounds of sloshing in a very low level of water. You guys are making a similar noise, but the noise you're making is not as loud. And you're walking in some swampy area that's covered in about 4 inches of water pretty much, not quite evenly, but it's pretty consistent. But there's also mud, so there's like the sucking sound that mud makes when your boot sinks into it.
Yeah, I hear it.
It sounds like a lot of humanoids.
From what direction?
It's up ahead of us, actually, just off to the right a bit. We're currently on a southwest heading, and this sounds like it's coming a little bit more southwest directly. It's not exactly in the direction that the tracks indicate, but it could be that it's all part of the same thing. Now, I don't know where the Marilith is or what's going on, but if there's more than just the Marilith up ahead, we're going to potentially have a serious issue on our hands.
Have
Do
you
y'all have a plan for this?
have we found her tracks? Are we following her tracks now?
Well, with all the water, it's a bit hard to tell exactly, but you see that broken branch up there, and she points at a branch that's about 7 feet above the water surface, which is about 7.5 feet above what you seem to be standing on. And you see that brush over there. She's actually pointing at a tree that's got some of the bark ripped off of it in a rough scrape. And then look at that. And you see another tree that has what looks like a very sharp, very recent chop into it. Now, some of that could just be caused by an animal. But that last one, that looks like it's either an axe or possibly a sword or another bladed weapon. Now, if somebody was trying to cut down a tree, that is not the way to do it. That cut is way too high. You're not going to get any power into it. It's almost as if somebody was trying to either cut themselves a path through this, or maybe they were just lashing out because they were angry.
Maybe it was Sinesus sending. That's rough.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Something about eating her babies.
Never heard about that.
Roll deception.
21.
Well, you can roll an insight check to try to counter it.
Yeah, my insight is not the best. Let's see. There you go. Oh, not too bad, but not enough.
How does Mealy feel about this?
I
New
guess
to
I
the
believe her, so
party,
yeah.
new to the party, being lied to. You sense something's a little bit off, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Oh.
All
Just
right.
gonna-
Well, I never told anyone about the message I sent her. So
This
know
is true.
Yeah, maybe you didn't. Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Should we go and see what's up, or should we try and
Well-
avoid it, or?
Yes. Well, the question is, do you want to? And if it is either something we are looking for, or maybe something that we're not looking for, but we can't avoid, do you want to have a plan, or are we just going to randomly stumble across it, like a bit like how we walked into that temple with a bunch of snake people, and some of us almost didn't get out?
Can someone scout it out?
Looking at one of the many owls in the group.
Uh-huh.
Sure, I can send Rua to look.
If we're wasting owls, can I have a snack? I'm hungry.
He's
They
not gonna
all
fill
look
you up.
about the same. No, but it's better than nothing. My tummy's making funny noises. In Troll, that means feed me.
Might be some food up ahead. Just have some patience.
Yes, because trolls are famously known for their patience.
Yeah.
We don't have any goats. I like goats.
I can look in my backpack. Nope, no goats.
You didn't look very hard. I saw you. You just sort of peeked into it. Rummage around in there. Maybe there's a small goat.
I think I know it. There's not a goat in my backpack.
And he
Only
sort of
silver.
he pushes his way into your backpack and he sticks his snout into it, which of course barely fits. And then he pulls
See?
his head back, looks at you, towers over you, and then suddenly sneezes.
Oh,
Blows mucus all over you.
thank you.
Okay, I guess there's no goat.
Charlotte, a little bit help. Clean up.
Oh, true. Take this. Prestidigitation.
Clean up
Thank
in
you.
aisle 4.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. If nothing else, Charlotte can retire and become like a storekeeper.
How dense is the woods there, the forest? Is it a lot of trees or?
It's not super dense. You've got visibility out to about 30 to 60 feet minimum, depending on how it's aligned. It's mostly mangroves, so you can see the trees, but the roots are in the water.
Okay.
They're widely spaced out. There are some sections that have a lot of brush cover, but they're sort of in little clumps, and you suspect that's because they are, the action of the roots and some accumulated soil means that there's a little bit of above water surface, and that's what's allowing the non-mangrove vegetation to take root and grow healthily. As you move further, she leads you on, as you have all suggested you want to keep going forward. And she tells you that you're getting close. At the same time, you start to notice that the water level has gone down, which is to say the topographical level of the soil or the dirt, the ground has actually come up, and the water is essentially receding behind you. It's still very mushy, and there's some sections where the mud suction is extremely powerful, and you risk losing a boot if you're not careful. But for the most part, you're starting to move towards solid ground.
Okay. Should we send Rua in to investigate? Or
I think so. I think that might be prudent.
want to go in high so it just flies over, or?
Yeah, I just want a general idea of what we're encountering.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna send in flying over the trees to see.
Okay.
And try and be quiet about it, not kind of flying right into the camp or wherever they are.
Okay. So Rua flies more than 100 feet. This is definitely a little bit farther out. Disappears, and then he returns. And as he returns, he gives you these mental images. This is some sort of a military encampment. It's about 1,500, maybe 2,000 feet in front of you. Rua doesn't know exactly how many there are, but it looks like a lot of humans.
Okay. What kind of armor could he see? Was it black? I know.
It wasn't.
Well,
it wasn't specifically black.
No.
It was a mix. Rua is your familiar, and it is a sentient creature from the Fey wild. It doesn't look like armor that Rua has seen in the Feywild, so it doesn't look particularly elven. They look like humans, from what Rua knows about humans, which is to say Charlotte. But at the same time, Rua doesn't have extensive experience yet. Ivy, on the other hand, might actually have some experience seeing other types of armor and people, and so she might be able to give you a slightly more nuanced view.
And Yeli wouldn't know, by the way. Haven't. Well, maybe I
Well,
I've seen
maybe,
some, but
yeah, maybe not. I mean, it's really it's up to you if you think Mealy has that kind of background. She's certainly not unfamiliar with weapons and armor, right? Because of her
Right.
training. But yeah, but at the same time, she's not like an expert on armies specifically.
no. I'm just gonna
Whereas
tell that. To
whereas
them.
Delin was,
Yeah,
but Delin's dead.
she is.
Oh, okay.
She's still in a pot with us.
Delin's soup,
Yeah.
Delin's stew.
Oh,
Probably
no.
dump that out.
Yeah, I thought she wasn't with you anymore physically.
Yeah, I thought we left her.
She's her soul and her body are left behind.
I was going to do something, but that's okay.
Ew, gross. I don't even want to know. Ugh. Ugh. Nasty. Okay. Okay, so what else are we doing here?
I'm gonna tell everyone what rehearsal.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask, Cracker has the bag of holding, right?
Yep, I do.
Yeah. I think when we looked for things to prepare for the Thissa Hissa fight, I think I saw a leather armor in there. Could I have that?
See your mirror, it says. Yep, you can take that.
That would be great. Can someone help
Mark
me
it.
put it on so it doesn't take a lot of time?
Yep,
I
can
would
help you.
help
Yeah.
too.
Thank you. Let's see. Should I update bag of holding or?
I'm doing it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm done.
You're done. You're ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So what do you want to do? Do you guys actually want to approach the camp?
Her here.
Sorry, what?
Best talker. Who could like I'm lost in the swamp. Can I help? Can you help me? Anybody?
Such bullshit. Yeah, of course. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Is that the strategy? Okay.
Oh no,
What-
it's just
what do you
a
want?
suggested strategy.
What do we want from them? Just know or find out what they are doing here?
Maybe, or maybe find out if they've seen Snake Lady
Mhm.
slide by.
Nonchalant, just
Have you seen a
chilling.
snake lady with 6 arms sliding by by any chance?
Oh yeah. Have you seen a Marilith walking through here by any chance? I'm in that meetup group. We're also hunting Mariliths. Are you hunting a Marilith? That's
my God.
amazing. We've cornered it in this cave. I'll lead you to it. You guys can go take him. Okay, so you're gonna just walk up and ask, are you? This is your strategy. You're just gonna literally wing it after all the warnings about being prepared. DM saying maybe you guys should talk about your abilities. Maybe you should pre-plan things so you have some, tactical options. No, we're just gonna wing it. The power of friendship will see us through.
Yeah. So true, Al.
I'm going to let you rethink your strategy. We're going to take our break now. When we come back, you guys better have a strategy. It's a military encampment. Lots of sharp, pointy objects wielded by hard men and women. Think it
Okay,
through.
maybe coffee will make this better.
Yeah,
I'm
or
thinking
something.
hard.
Or have a yogurt or something. Okay. All right. 10 minutes. Hi. We hope you're enjoying this episode. And if so, please like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your DM says, roll initiative, yell back,
Here,
Here, hold my earrings. Here, my earrings.
This is good. I think we only need this take.
Cool. Okay, so we're all back. Do you guys have a plan now, or is it if it's the same plan? You know what? I've warned you enough. It's only so much I could do.
Not the same plan. I think we skirt it. But then if they've got like scouts and everything as well, I don't know what we should do.
I think it's possible to walk around them in some way.
We could send in Euripides. He's non-threatening. Good at talking.
Good point.
Mhm.
That's
I like
you're a bit heightist if you say that.
Euripides. Think
See.
we can go find out what's going on and just pretend to be, lost in the swamp?
But I thought we were lost in the swamp.
Oh yeah, we are. So you wouldn't be lying.
Euripides Iphixides, it never lies. He is famous throughout the land for being the most honest, hardworking tailor you could ever find. But of course, sometimes one has to be a bit politic. Como se dice, you're not fat, it's just not cut right for your body shape. Sorry, what were we saying?
Maybe
You
I want to
want me
explain
to-
it to him.
You want me to go in there by myself?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pinkia, are you crazy? No, that's insane. Who knows what they're gonna do to me? Do you know how hard it is to find a good tailor? They could draft me and then I become a part of the army. No, I don't want to do that. This is not a good idea. No, sorry. I never lie. This is a bad idea. Maybe you should let one of the smarter people make up a plan. You go in there. You're strong. You tell them that you want to join the army. They would believe you.
Work. The greatest at deceiving people. Anyone else? Ideas?
We should just go around them.
Mm,
I don't think it's worth it.
I think so too.
I agree.
Then let's go around.
You don't like our plan?
It's okay. It's fine.
Doesn't
Prepared
like
all this
talking,
stuff.
doesn't like go around. What do you want us to
It's-
do?
It's like, what do you want to have for dinner? What do you want to do? Let's go out for dinner. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? You choose. No, how about pizza? No, I don't want pizza. How about sushi? No, I don't want sushi either. How about lobster? No, I don't want lobster. I don't feel like lobster. How about steak? No, not really for steak. Well, why don't you choose? No, I want you to choose.
Byleth could just go and fireball them.
Sounds
Well,
great.
that is one option. How many fireballs have you got?
3.
3.
6 altogether?
Pew pew
Yeah.
pew.
That might do it. Pew 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 indeed. So you left
Well-
looking for a demon and you ended up starting a war.
Oh,
Was
wouldn't
that?
be the first time.
Yes, that's true. They're still fighting that civil war over there in Chult, Port Nine Zaru. Although to be fair, you were just the tinder that lit the fuse. That was boiling over anyway.
Oh, I know. Why don't we use that vanishing dust and go, see what's going on or something?
Oh,
Right. Great volunteering. I like this.
Did you just
What?
volunteer Charlotte?
Well, I
Make
wouldn't
use
go
of
with
all of it?
myself.
Is it
Um,
one usage? Because then what if we fight Shamala and she's so strong and we need to flee?
oh, that's true. Never mind then.
It was a good idea.
Yeah.
If you guys had invisibility, you could do it.
Zenise does.
Is Charlotte going to go alone?
Oh, I was thinking we all go.
Yeah, I can cast it only on 2 people.
On 2 people?
Yeah, she's got
Mm.
that twin spell capability.
Kind of clumsy. I'm sure I'd be jumping in and banging into people.
Yeah, same
There should
here.
be somebody good at
What with that
sneaking
attitude?
around. Somebody good at sneaking around.
None of you are rogues, so it's all roughly the same.
Yeah.
And only one of you actually wears armor, in which case she really would be banging around.
Oh, you want to go, Charlotte?
Not by myself.
You can take
With me?
Byleth with you.
Or Byleth?
Okay.
Okay, let's go Violet.
What could go wrong? Um,
I like the new Zenise. She's just sort of volunteering people for like dangerous missions.
oh man.
The days of
So-
carrying Byleth around the temple in her arms are well and truly over.
Yeah.
It's just a phase.
Well, if Denise trusts me this much with such a big thing, then I think I'm cut out for it. Mhm. And with the power of wizard friendship,
Oh God!
Charlotte will do.
Jesus Christ.
Mealy, of course, you're also in our group, but you know.
Oh, I'm good. I can stay here. Keep a lookout here. No problem.
Lathander, help me. Okay. So it's Byleth and Charlotte, is it?
Yes.
Hmm.
And just to be clear, what is your intention? What's your plan?
Well, I just want to find out what the hell they're doing. Like, whose army are they?
Hmm.
Why are they in a random swamp?
Check it
Do
out.
they have any valuables?
Mhm.
All very sensible up until the very last bit. While we're here, I mean, we might as well, nick a few things. Sure, no one's going to miss this glowing sword or that particularly powerful looking staff.
Oh.
Ooh.
The greed. Ugh, jeez. Gross.
Although I won't be happy if I find out that Chamala has like become the queen of these people as well, or something, like she did with the snake people.
Mm.
DM furiously taking notes.
Maybe they're an army specifically here to take down Shamala. Mhm. Write that down too,
Oh.
please.
No. That would be too close to my meetup experience. We're all part of the same Kill Merilith group.
Yeah. The power of friendship. That's the theme
Oh.
today.
Oh no, not the power for no more friendship. No more friendship.
Oh no.
So is that really what you guys are doing? You're really going in there? Okay. So okay, fine. So you're gonna have to
Sounds
walk.
too good.
No. I just want to be clear. So Daria, would you mind posting invisibility just to make sure, remind us how
Yeah,
long it
I
lasts? I
just-
think it's an hour, right?
Yeah, just first I'm gonna cast telepathic speech on Byleth.
Telepathic speech on Byleth. Very smart. Okay. So you can hear her psychic screams before she dies.
Yeah.
Right.
It's 1 hour.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. Does when Zanice is casting the spell and using Twin's spell, does she say anything specific? It's got a
Don't
verbal
do
component.
anything stupid.
That does sound like the verbal component for a twin invisibility spell, frankly.
Yeah.
Hocus pocus, don't do anything stupid. Expelliarmus. Very good. Okay. I'm going to put you on the map. Obviously, there's going to be 2 of you only, and no familiars, right? Your familiars are not with you. Sorry, I don't speak Laura. Can you interpret that?
No, they're not.
Okay. It's like I gotta really. It's like with my dog. I gotta interpret all his different sounds. Okay, you're in the upper left-hand corner up here.
How far away are we?
Well, I think I said it was 1,500, 2,000 feet. So about a half kilometer. You know, an encampment makes a lot of noise, right? Even if they're not trying to. So by the time Valdi picks it up and the owls can pick it up, you're close, but you're not like right there. And as you pointed out, Valdi picked it up before. Valdi picked it up, but she's obviously a ranger. She stopped so that because she's not a normal human guard, right? A normal human guard would be on the alert and would already sense you if you get within a few hundred feet of the camp. Can you guys see the map?
Yes, it's a little bit gray though. Is it meant to be?
Gray.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I sorry. I think I know what I did. Okay, let me fix it. Thank you, Sophie. There is something I need to do, and I sometimes forget to do it because some of the maps have been prepared a long time ago.
Oh, it's just gray.
I know. Just give me a second. Tough crowd, free.
I just wanted to help. And that's perfect. Amazing.
So colorful.
Such a great job.
Shut fucking unbelievable. All right, you're in this upper left-hand corner, to wise asses.
Oh my
And we'll
God.
put a little dot or something on yourselves so that we know that you're invisible, like purple or something, because we may not finish before it all kicks off. Very good. You want to give yourself a little colored dot besides red? Okay,
Pink.
all right. Pink, yeah, or fuchsia, whatever. I feel like pink is a little too confusing for Byleth. Maybe something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Both of you can use the same color, though. I'll do it. Just to save. Let's use purple like I originally suggested. Okay, good. Okay, so this is clearly a large, or decent sized military camp. You just based on what you can see, there's dozens and dozens of tents. Each tent looks like it could hold one or more soldiers. And there's lots of soldiers milling about doing soldierly things, fixing armor, polishing things, preparing meals, gambling, sleeping, Some of them are on guard. They don't seem particularly alert, oddly enough. And there's your typical stores and things. No draft animals that you can see, but that may make sense considering it's the swamp. There's no carts, nothing that seems like you would get stuck in the rut. Everything here looks like it's either carried, it's ported by the soldiers themselves, or maybe they've got somebody else to help them carry things. Even the large crates and boxes, they look like they could be manhandled. And it's obviously been here for a while. It's not like completely fresh.
Well, I have no idea.
That's helpful.
That's great.
I
Sure,
know
wanna-
nothing about armies.
it was your idea, wasn't it?
Are there any flags of the army?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's roll perception checks. Well, you roll one because
So good at that.
Charlotte knows nothing about armies and didn't even think about it. So.
Fuck.
Or
There are a lot of little streamers and banners, but I mean, they just look like, for all you know, they're just decoration. You
So
wouldn't know
pretty.
the difference.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they flutter in the wind nicely. Some of them have some colors on them. There's
Hmm.
one that has a little crown on it
Hmm.
in the center of the camp.
I think I wanna say to Denise telepathically that you know what I'm seeing, like that there are dozens of tents and soldiers doing soldierly things, that they don't seem particularly alert, and that there are pretty banners and one has a crown on it.
Okay.
Can I do like a history check on that crown, or do I not see it?
Well, you can see it when she points it out. Sure.
Yay. Okay. So assuming that she points it out to me, can I check to see if I recognize it from like a history book or something about some kind of, I don't know, noble house or something?
Yeah. Are you a
kingdom.
noble yourself?
I'm a wannabe noble. I want to be a noble.
I feel like you're about as far from noble though as you could possibly be, having grown up on the
Probably.
docks of Neverwinter,
Yes,
hawking oysters for pennies, for coppers.
Yes, it's
Okay,
true.
so I'll let you roll, but with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yes. Now, of course, somebody could use portent or something
Okay,
before you roll.
let me use my portent.
Oh, oh, thank you.
I am a portent expert. And I give her the
You're
16.
very important. Okay. So you've got a base 16, but you still have disadvantage, so you have to roll another one. So as long as you don't roll the
Thought we
second one, you really
established-
are. Oh yes, fine. Fuck off. All right. So you get the 16. So you
Amazing.
recognize this as don't get into the habit of that. You recognize this as something related to what you know is called the Sons of Alagondar.
What the heck is that?
They are part of the group that want to reestablish the regency of the Alagondar family over Neverwinter, who were the kings and queens of Neverwinter before Lord Neverember took over.
Oh, I'm not there.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll whisper to Byleth. That's the symbol of the Sons of Alakanda.
Oh my
They want to take over Neverwinter.
Oh my Scandalous.
Scandalous. So this is the main one.
Oh. That's not a crown.
No, I know that. It's not. There's a small one in the middle that's got a crown on it.
Oh.
But what are they doing here?
Exactly.
Violet asks to herself. And
The DM.
whispers. Yeah.
Maybe they're planning an invasion or something. I mean, why else would an army be hidden out in the swamp? An army that's directly opposed to the current ruler of Neverwinter. Don't you agree?
Makes sense, yeah.
Hey. I think we figured it all out.
We're so smart. Oh my god.
Well, you do have high
Mhm.
intelligence, the two of you.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
And mine's gone up by 1 since when I leveled up.
I'm thinking about maybe going just a bit further and trying to discern if, I don't know, those guys are having a conversation which I can listen to. Maybe?
Yeah, there's lots of soldiers sitting around, doing things. Yeah, they're talking. Some of them are talking to each other, some of them are not. But there's plenty of them having chats.
Maybe I can try to discern if I hear anything about sounds of Alexander or
Sure.
I don't know, Neverwinter, like something that seems important.
Yeah. Now, if you had your owl and they had their
Yeah,
hearing,
advantage.
but okay. Right. So you need to roll some stealth checks.
Okay. Okay.
I have proficiency in stealth.
Do you? All right.
Because I'm an urchin.
Lucky you.
Because you're a virgin? Oh,
An urchin.
Sorry.
I know.
You can see why I was confused.
So nothing like.
Somehow, maybe that does make sense, actually.
With advantage.
All right.
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
You have to roll it, but
Oh,
you're
well,
yeah,
10
you're
and
already
3 then, I guess.
okay. Yeah. So you manage to sort of like creep up on these guys. We're going to use the 10 because that's how we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you do, one of the soldiers who's apparently sharpening a blade with a whetstone and has his back toward you, turns around, says, "Cletus, is that you?" "Oh, swear I thought I heard somebody." Anyway, as I was saying, look, once we take back the city, we're going to be running things. And at that point, boys, I tell you, life will be good. I'm going to retire, open my own bar, maybe hire a couple of wenches, and it'll be free drinks for all my boys, of course, and we'll charge double for those rich snobs from the high end of the town. And a couple of the other soldiers sitting around him go, "Oh, that sounds great. Yeah. Mickey, you've always been a good one for us." "Yeah, no problem. I just hope we can
take the city without too many losses, but I don't know. I feel pretty good about this one. You think so? I don't know. She gives me the heebie-jeebies. What? Lady Alyssa? No, the new one. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that goes without saying, doesn't it? I mean, how many people have that many arms? And anyway, I don't know. But she seems to know what she's doing. She's very smart militarily, and she did kill all those orcs to help us out. Otherwise, we'd be in much deeper trouble. That's true. But don't you worry about what she wants. Look, mate, I've been in this swamp 3 years. I'm sick of it. I'm ready to get out, even if it means doing a deal with the devil.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
I think we should go back to the others now.
Hmm. That does not sound good. Okay. Let's go.
Anybody stealing anything while you're here?
I don't want to risk getting
Do
captured.
you see
It's not
anything?
worth it.
What? What was that?
I said, it
What's
was
that
just the
noise?
gremlin that's like sitting
Like a
next
dog
to
on a
me.
leash. Oh no.
I said,
Okay.
Byleth.
I will not steal anything. I'm not chaotic enough for this.
Yeah, I agree. I would say that you're lawful good.
Not on paper, at least. Thank you. Finally, someone said it.
You're
Okay.
so lawful the way you didn't steal anything.
Yeah, you're lawful good because you didn't steal something.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
that's the threshold we're using now.
I should get a medal.
On alignment switch.
Well, maybe you can steal it.
Stealing a medal for not stealing anything.
Okay.
Quite high.
Yeah, so you've managed to make your way back to your camp, or your party, I should say. What do you want to tell them?
The army of the Sons of Elegander, and they're planning to take back Neverwinter, and they're being led by the Merilith.
Exactly.
That was Sophie, you're hilarious. Yeah. So anybody have any thoughts on that?
Let's get the hell back to town and let them know.
Mm.
We can't take that army.
I actually like that plan.
Which plan? Getting back to town?
Yeah.
But why would they follow the demon?
Well, they just said that they've been in the swamp for a long time and they will do anything to get out and get back or reign again, I guess, even if it means making a deal with the devil. And she's fairly new. There was a lady, Alyssa, before them. And yeah. Now that's her. Yay.
Okay. Sure, let's get back to, or get to Neverwinter and warn them.
Okay. So you're gonna up sticks and head out.
Yep.
Okay. As you do, Valdi says, I think I hear something. We'd better stay put. And a few moments pass before you start to hear the sounds of rustling. This sounds like the same kind of noise that you originally thought you heard, which led you down this path. And you watch from your hiding places. You don't have to roll stealth because some of you are already invisible and you're in a deep swamp. These guys aren't necessarily looking for you. But you watch as a large group of heavily armed orc warriors, some of whom look like they're bandaged, wounded. A couple of them are hobbling. One of them is being carried on the shoulders of another. Slowly marches past you, creeping stealthily themselves, headed for the direction of the human encampment.
After they pass, I'm not going to say anything while they're there. Well, that should take care of itself. Let's go.
Thanks, Yvonne. Really helpful. So helpful.
Yep. That's what I'm here for.
Should we just hang out waiting to see what's happening? Look at the fighting.
Eat popcorn.
How many orcs were there?
Well, they were a little bit farther away. They didn't like walk right past you, otherwise you would be detected, right? But it was a shuffling, half mob, half, irregular column, not like a regular army column. You know the difference between regulars and irregulars. Like irregulars are like scouts or people who are used to guerrilla warfare tactics, right? These guys they're not walking in columns, they're not walking in marching formation. They're like spread out a bit. So between the underbrush, the foliage, the fact that some of them are kind of blending into some others, you can't tell, but it was a large group. And it took several seconds for the whole group to pass by you. Like
And
maybe
obviously
even,
not. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say maybe even a minute.
Okay. But not obviously heading on back to camp. Like they were
headed in the
stealthing
direction.
Yeah.
They were
but not
stealthing.
like
Oh
like
yeah,
they're part of the camp. Yeah.
It didn't necessarily. Well, I mean, you want to roll an insight check?
Yes.
Okay.
Luck.
2.
Yeah, but I was going to say you can have advantage because you're half orc yourself. So
Excellent. What should be like
See?
1?
Okay.
7.
Tried. I tried, Yvonne.
-1. I got -1. What do you expect?
You do have -1, yeah. Well, let's put it this way. From what little, you're not an expert on orcs necessarily, but from what little you know of orcs and your orcish parent, you've never seen an orc deliberately be stealthy unless they were hunting something.
Comment stands.
Exactly.
Well, we don't want either party to be victorious, do we? Because the remaining one will probably go to Neverwinter. Right? Like what if they're the same orcs who invaded last time? I think we should kill whoever's left standing.
We might
Out and yeah,
help
okay.
killing the Merilith.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe the orcs will just attack us too. I don't know.
Maybe if they see Cracker leading us, they'll think that we're like her slaves or something.
Work.
We just need some leather collars or something like that, or chains.
Ben, what have we got? What have we got here? Let's see. Well, I've got rope. That'll do.
But will they have kind of time to be concerned with us if we stay on the outskirts and let them fight for a bit? And if we see the Merilith, we can kind of join the fray at a distance. Well, Cracker has to kind of get in there, but I don't know.
Did I figure out where she might be?
Yeah, did you guys see her when you were there, or just the soldiers?
Nope.
Nod or
don't think so.
point in her direction? You know, the head nod, that thing? You know, that kind of thing? Well, you know, when they were talking about her, you said they mentioned her, so did they like,
Mm.
you know, head nod in the direction of where she might be? That
I'll
might be
search my
something.
memories.
Okay.
Me too.
Sure. Yeah. History check. If you want.
Oh my god.
Weird. This is oh.
I take it they were not good.
11 and 7.
Oh, fine. So average.
Sure.
Well, so you were at one end of the camp. You were at let's call it the northwest end of the camp. And there was a bit of a sort of a head gesture that you vaguely recall. And it seemed to be going pretty much directly in front. The fellow that you were listening to go on and on, Mickey, was generally gesturing in what appears to be the opposite direction of the camp, so the other end of the camp. It implies that whoever it is either in the center of camp or on the other end of where Mickey was, so the other side of the map.
Right. Let's try and get around to the other side of the camp from around the edges. There'll be enough going on in the middle. No one will notice us.
I mean, the orcs looked injured, right? Hopefully they won't just like die really quickly.
No, well, some of them looked a little bit injured, but it was like the walking wounded type of, not like they weren't like
Mm.
dying. And
Oh, okay.
these are orcs, right?
Like a
So-
broken nail.
Okay.
Yeah, they had like a couple of bandages, maybe one of them had like a bandage around his forehead. One, might have had a splint on an arm. Most of them looked a little scraped up, but they looked like they were in good condition and generally were in fighting spirit. They didn't look bedraggled or dejected or downbeat.
Try and sneak around. Go to the other side.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so you guys will have a pass without trace benefit on top of the invisibility. It doesn't necessarily mean that so pass without trace means you can hide in foliage. The invisibility obviously means you're invisible. But if you're trying to hide in open space, pass without trace won't really help you. Just to be clear. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys are all going together. What about Euripides? What about Blemish, Valdi? Do you want her to go with you? Because she's not really a combatant.
Leave her with Euripides.
Okay.
I don't want Blemish. How about the rest of you?
A blemish
Mhm.
would be nice to have, and so
Yep.
would Voldy at least for sneaking up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have to be within her range, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
You're
it
going to
gets
leave me here
in-
alone by myself in the swamp, surrounded by orcs and human soldiers, and God knows what else. You're crazy. I can't do this. I come with you. I think this is a better idea. I come with.
Yeah, stay close to Voldy, and you two can kind of stay in the back when we get there, or just leave. We just need Voldy to help us get there. When all hell breaks loose, you can just run.
and hide.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this.
Or maybe Byleth can use her new spell. Well, it will take a
Mhm.
higher level slot though.
No, it's a ritual.
Yeah, but then you have to do it for an hour, don't you? Or is it 10 minutes? I don't remember.
I think it's 10 minutes.
The ritual is an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah,
But
an
the
extra 10.
spell casting, you mean Tiny Hut?
Yeah.
Tiny Hut takes a
That's-
minute to cast.
Okay, so 11
Normally,
minutes.
yeah.
Do you have time for that? You don't know
I
how soon
think
the
so, yeah.
orcs will attack when we get there.
Well, yeah, I can just cast it over and over, I guess.
Do we hear anything from the camp? Like if it have started the war or battle?
Well, how long has it been?
I'm not sure.
Well, eventually there'll probably be some noise. Do you want to wait until there's noise?
No,
Kind
I'm
of.
just want
Actually-
to know if we have time to do the tiny hut.
Well, so far nothing has happened, but they were moving stealthily, which also means they were moving slowly. And you guys, although you've talked about it for a couple of seconds, remember it's still 2,000 feet away, right? So,
We need to get closer before we
and
use
they're
the tiny
and they're
hut.
walking half speed because they're being stealthy, deliberately being really careful about it. So
So should
So
we?
for them, so should you. Yeah, I mean, you didn't do it before because the two of you that went up were invisible and you didn't see any guards right around you. But that doesn't mean that and this is a much bigger group as well.
If we go around and get a good spot, then I can cast it.
Sounds good.
What are you casting?
Tiny hut.
Oh, right,
If
right.
we're
I thought you meant fireball.
ready to that too.
No, I genuinely thought you meant fireball. I thought you guys. I would not put it past you to cast fireball as a sneak attack, and it would be tactically smart to do so if you were going to start a war anyway. You might as well get the first shot in. Right?
And they're all clumped up.
There you go. That's your crown, if you're happy.
Yay! Pretty.
Yes. Took me long enough. Um, okay, so you've got your marching orders, as it were. You're going to sneak around the outside. So you're going to take a while to sneak around the outside because you're going about the same speed as the orcs, but they're going directly in, and you're going to have to go around the outside of it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody want to do anything else before we start? Because once we start, there may not be any coming back.
When we're getting closer, like I don't know, how long would it take to walk up there?
Walk up to where?
To the camp.
The opposite side. Oh, walking up to the camp?
Yeah, well, to get closer.
How close do you want to get?
I'm trying to think how long it would take. I'm going when I'm getting closer. I want to cast False Life. And that one
Oh.
lasts for an hour, so I want to have.
It doesn't take an hour to walk up to the camp. I mean, 2,000 feet is, like I said, it's about a half a kilometer, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't take you an hour to walk a half a kilometer,
But if
even
we're
in the
going
swamp.
slowly and around, and
Yes,
if we're going to cast ritually tiny huts.
yes, that could take close to an hour if you're going to really be careful about it and you're going to take the extra. So the camp itself is big, but it's not that huge compared to the 2,000 feet to travel up there. The one thing about it is, you probably add an extra 500 feet worth of extra walking between the size of the camp itself and circumventing both the camp as well as the scouts. So, but in terms of how far you are behind the orcs, assuming they go straight in, you probably are, 20 turns behind the orcs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
I can wait until hell breaks loose, then I can cast it.
You've got time.
Yeah. Can wait.
Okay.
So it's smart to cast the tiny hut when we're there, right?
I think so.
Okay. Then I will do that.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are going to start walking?
Yes.
You want to hand good berries to your familiars?
Yes.
Mm,
Gonna give one
Good.
to Rua.
Good
Don't eat
thinking.
My familiar is a cat.
Too late. I was hungry. Little berry, quite filling. Do you have another one?
No.
Oh, but you have one right there. I can see it.
It's not for you.
Mmm,
There's gonna be
little
a lot of
elf.
orcs and humans that you can eat in just a moment.
Little elf is making me hangry. Mm. Fine, I'll wait here.
Okay. You guys are on your way. Presumably.
Mhm.
As you guys start making your way, let's roll some stealth checks
Yay.
for everybody, including the invisible party. The invisible guys will get advantage. People without invisibility will just roll normally. I'm going to automatically add the 10 to everything. Oh God,
Christ.
golly.
I'm in front at least.
There's some bad set of rolls. What is going on there? Okay.
Sophie with advantage.
Yeah, Charlotte, you have
Oh,
advantage.
true. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. Charlotte is undetected. Zenise is undetected. Lilith clanks around a little bit, but then manages to get it all sorted out. Cracker is so undetected that she could be standing right next to you. You smell the cheese, and you still can't see her. Mealy is not exactly hidden. She's trying her best. I mean, she's got like a couple of branches she's carrying. She's, stuck a leaf in her hair. It just looks a bit ridiculous, really. She's walking around with like a fruit salad on top of her head. Like one of those Chiquita banana ladies. Hopefully nobody will see this random
Camouflage.
walking elf. Yeah, camouflage. She looks like a satyr. Okay. As you get closer to the camp, you can hear the sounds of the camp. And around the same time that you start skirting the edges, you hear a bugle call, drums, shouts, people yelling in common, "We're under attack!" And the din and clanging of metal on metal and wood on metal that tells you that a battle is underway. You can't see the camp. You have to skirt around it, so you're keeping a distance. You're several hundred feet away. You're not even close enough to shoot at anything, even if you could see something. Well, technically you could shoot like a crossbow, but you can't actually see that far. You guys want to continue?
Yeah, there's distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So you continue. Why don't you guys put yourselves on the opposite side? The invisibility is going to wear off before you get there, just so you know. Because it's been, you guys were kind of walking there, you walk back, and then now you're walking there again. It's not quite, it's an hour, right? So it'll wear off. I might have to buy a new computer just to upgrade for Roll20. Gosh. Okay. Blemish.
I'm trying to drag myself out here. It's acting weird. There.
Okay. Do we have Blemish already, or no? I'll get Euripides and Valdi.
Are you getting Blemish?
You get Blemish. I'll
Okay.
grab the others, but I mean I could probably do them all at the same time, but it's gonna Roll20 is being so
Yeah,
really
it's acting
difficult.
kind of funky.
Well, it's because it's the new system is going to eat up a ton of resources. I think they added a lot of resources, a lot of features, and they take a lot of resources. So lag is definitely going to be a problem for several of us who have slightly older computers. All right. I know you got Blemish. Okay. Here we go. Valdi and Euripides are in the back. Okay. There are some soldiers here still, but most of them have apparently run towards the direction where you saw the orcs heading before. There is a small cadre still here by this group of tents, above which there is a flag that has the crown on it. And then there's another flag that has a crown on it in the center, a little bit further. That'll be here. Put them out so you can see it. Okay. All right. So the rest of the soldiers have taken off. Sorry. What do you guys want to do? Let's roll initiative, actually. Let me get the initiative.
Can I maybe cast Tiny Hut before that, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, and maybe I can try to do it so that everyone's inside initially, so that we can go back to the hut if something is going terribly wrong.
Okay. Of course, it only lasts 8 hours, so if you're planning on hiding there forever, you're just delaying the inevitable, but yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you want to put it? Off the map?
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, maybe like here under trees or bushes so that it is kind of hidden, but I would also make it, I don't know, like a tree-ish color, I guess. So that it blends in, I guess.
Tree-ish. Okay.
I don't know. Bean.
Like a new protected religious group.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Very good. Where are the other familiar? Oh, so I know technically they're supposed to have their own, but shall we just have the familiars go on the character turns?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. We'll just have the orcs and the humans go different times. Orcs will go first.
We roll for blemish.
No, not
No?
unless.
Okay.
I mean, blemish is not fighting unless one of you uses your action, right?
Right. Can someone actually instruct him from the hut? Like, is that how the hut functions? You can go in the hut and you can tell Blemish to do stuff?
That's a good question.
So from the safety of the hut, like call out orders, like hit that guy, get that guy.
That'd be funny. I think. I mean,
Yeah, let's see. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. And the atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside. I will say that because of that, those two lines, although it doesn't specify it, I will say that the intent is for the dome to not be permeable. Right. If weather can't get in, including humidity, then I'm not sure why you would be able to shout clear and concise orders through it.
Does this
Okay.
also apply when that people can't hear us from the outside? Or is it just
Sure.
because it's an order?
Well, there is a certain meta aspect to it, right? Which is if you're not really supposed to be using attacks, do I want to allow you to use the hut as a safe place to order Blemish, who is basically an indestructible tank? I think it's great if you guys are smart and duck in and out of the hut and attack outside the hut and then step back in it to cover. At some point, it becomes a little bit unfair if you can just hurt other people and not have to take any damage yourself. But at the same time, I think more generically, although a weaker argument, is the fact that the atmosphere, even just the atmosphere, is completely segregated, right? So yes, maybe that should mean that it implies it's soundproof and airtight, right? If it's airtight, then it's definitely soundproof or close to soundproof. Like if you thunder wave inside the hut, maybe somebody can hear it outside just because transmission of force through the barrier itself. But technically, the barrier is supposed to be, impermeable, impervious. So yeah, you guys could have a meeting inside if you want to, assuming somebody brought donuts and coffee. Best part of a meeting. Okay, so the hut's up. The battle is underway. The humans and the orcs are fighting it out. There's a lot of shouting. No sign of any Mariliths. Mealy. I still can't believe you did that to me, Henrietta. That's ridiculous. We were talking about this for like weeks, and you're like, yeah, what are you going to call her? Oh, I don't know. And then you rattled off several names that were completely innocuous, and you landed on Mealy. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Weird, a little weird, but yeah, it's D&D. You glorious bastard, you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yes, I'm gonna cast false life on myself.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
You can do that before we get into combat. It's fine. You don't need this action for that.
No, but
Right.
I don't know what else to do before the other 7 anyway. I can't just rush in there.
Well, I mean, if somebody is ritually casting Tiny Hut, you had plenty of time to cast False Life.
Yeah, true.
So here's your action. If you don't want to use it, that's fine. Use it for dodge or reserve it for an attack for somebody.
I am going to I'm just going to take the dodge action, just in case.
Okay.
Getting ready with my dagger in my hand.
Okay. Cracker.
Well, I'm going to sneak back. If I'd known where they were, I would have stopped. There, hold on. I just have to measure. Oh, I can go all the way to there. Okay, good. That's what I was planning. I'm going to go to here and just sort of get ready. Now that the hut's there and I know where everybody else is.
Right. Okay. So what does getting ready mean exactly? Your axe is out and
Yep, axe is out and I'm ready to fight if someone sees us and attacks us.
okay. It's your action. So are you raging then?
Damn it. I hate this because that mees I have to hit something on the next turn. I don't know
Yes,
if
that's what I'm
everybody's ready
asking.
yet. So
Well, you have to hit something you have to hit something now, right? Your rage is a bonus
so I'm
action.
not raging yet. I'm not raging yet.
Okay. All right. Just want to be clear.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Zenice.
I also want to use False Life before we start.
Okay, you already did that. It's fine. What do you want to do for
Okay.
your action now?
I'm gonna prepare a firebolt if anyone sees us or comes to attack us.
Seeing you and attacking you are two different things, so just be very clear. You see somebody looks at you. Is that the trigger?
Yeah.
Okay. Much more forward leaning, you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Charlotte.
Well, since Miali is melee, I will go to her and I'll give her my dagger of venom that I found in the
Ooh.
treasure room because she can put it to better use than me. Take this.
Wow, that is very selfless. Well done, you. The next pair of spiked +1 boomerang shoes that we come across, Charlotte should definitely get first dibs.
Thank you.
And you think I'm joking? I actually have a pair of +1 spiked boomerang shoes just for
Oh
fun.
my god. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
All
I'm
right.
excited.
It is exciting. The orcs, they just chop into the humans. It looks like the orcs and the humans are reasonably balanced, but the orcs are a bit more powerful, and you can see humans going down. Humans, in return, are fighting back. I think because of your stealth rolls, even Mealy's 13, because of all the commotion and ruckus, the ones that are closest to you here, near this group of connected tents, doesn't really pay attention to you. They are on alert. They've got their hands on their weapons, holding shields where relevant, crossbows, but they are definitely focused on the other end of the camp. Lilith.
Yes, I'm gonna move over here through the bushes. And I'm gonna read the Sacred Flame if someone attacks us.
Okay. Excellent. All right.
I'm gonna stay right here. Well, Zenice didn't do it, so I'm hesitant.
Fireball.
Oh my god, the voices in my head. No, they're telling me something.
Fireball.
You're blowing my plan.
Combat over.
Oh no. I think I'm just gonna ready. Told that on this guy.
We're all becoming blended versions of each other. Sophie's singing stress release is contagious.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have got a bunch of defensive stances. You've got some offensive attacks, but only set up for if you get attacked. It's clearly defensive. Some of you are literally taking the dodge action. The battle is still underway. Before we take another round, do you guys want to tell me what you're looking for before you start taking any proactive action?
I already know what I'm doing on my
Just
next round.
Yeah, just everybody tell me, just in general, what's your, I know it's metagaming, but I'd like to understand what you guys plan on doing.
I'm going to throw a whiskey fireball right about here.
Oh my God, fireball. Okay. Jesus.
want
Wait, where? I
to-
didn't see. Can you ping it again?
She's going to hit the tents right in front of you.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else planning on doing anything other than defensive only?
I'm going to
Mm.
start up my blade song.
I don't want too
Ooh.
many people to notice us because if we are going for Shamala, then the humanoids would probably focus us because she's their leader. So maybe let the orcs thin out the crowd and then go all out. It rhymes. Nice.
Back on the whiskey fireball. Just go in and start hacking. Okay. I just think
It's
we
like-
stand a better chance. Because
Yeah,
I'm the only one stepping out, right? And I'm an orc, so they're going to know who I am. I mean, they're going to be like, oh, look, an orc.
this is true.
Mm.
Although I'm not sure that Blemish, a couple of tieflings, and a bunch of elves are going to look that much less conspicuous or suspicious in this circumstance.
Oh, we're not gonna look anything if they're all dead. So. Mhm.
Make a brilliant point.
Do you ever like stand in the really long queue at the supermarket, think if I was just Byleth, I could fireball everybody?
Yes.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. All right. Mealy, let's start it off with you. What are you doing?
I'm casting blade song
Okay.
on myself. There you
Do you have to
go.
cast it?
Well,
Or
I
you
have
activate
to
it?
start it, activate it,
Yeah.
yes, as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I am going to move down.
You watch Mealy start twirling her longsword around in a protective arc around herself.
Dagger.
Dagger, whatever.
And I'm going to move down here. And as soon as Cracker, if she attacks, I'm going to cast a firebolt at
Okay.
this guy.
All right.
Do you want me to cast it
Cracker.
now? Or
Well, let's just wait till Cracker does her thing.
Can I do my thing or should I? Now I'm hesitant.
you do
You're the one who started this off.
I know.
You can't back out now, Yvonne. You're committed.
I'm whiskey
Mhm.
fireballing this.
Mhm.
All right.
I'm gonna aim. I'm gonna aim for right in the camp though, like right in here.
Whiskey
Right
Tango.
there.
Okay.
All right.
So just to be clear, measure
Actually,
it out.
no, I wanna be
'Cause
here.
What's
Yeah.
the range?
What's the range?
on-
So if that's 45 feet, and whiskey fireball is an area of 20 feet. I don't have a distance on here. Oh yeah, because what is fireball for range? But I'm lobbing a bottle of.
It's essentially
whiskey.
half power fireball. So it's half the radius, half the damage. And then you're throwing an improvised object. So you've got, if you were throwing it accurately, you have up to 20 feet. If you're throwing it inaccurately, you could do it for 3 times as much distance. But there's a chance
So
you might miss the
45
target.
feet. 45 feet for right about there.
Yeah, if you want to do that, but you might miss because it's kind of like what I'll say is your intended area of effect may not be the area of effect that you achieve.
Okay.
So we'll roll. Although technically it's not an attack roll. I'm going to roll an attack roll. I'm going to have you roll an attack roll for yourself to see if you can get roughly where you want. And if you miss, we'll determine where it actually lands. And then, of course, the targets will have to deal with that.
So my whiskey fireball's in my attack.
Yeah, just roll an
Thanks.
attack.
Okay. Right.
But you're not efficient.
Oh, I'm not raging. -2. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. It's not affected by it.
Yeah.
Okay, +1 dex, no proficiency, right? Because you're not proficient in it. So it'll be 3 less. So it'll be 18. So I'll say you'll get the spot you wanted, which was here, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, and 10-foot radius. I know it's not exactly. We'll say all these guys you can hit all 4 of them. So that'll be 13 points, and then you go ahead and roll a dex save for each of them. Try to avoid half of the damage. Okay.
Better.
Okay. Yeah. So 2 of them are going to make their saves, and they'll take 6 points.
And it's not like they can tell where it came from, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you get hit by a fireball, you're going to have a rough idea.
Well, and I've got some movement, so I'm just going to go to here. So I take the heat.
Okay. Okay. No pun intended. Okay. Yeah, the explosion goes off. They all look around, and then they see this half orc, or at least one of them sees a half orc, because the other ones I think can't really see you because of the tents. The tents are slightly on fire. The roof is on fire, and let's just do a quick one. And we're gonna have to stop after. We'll do this whole round. Can you run the whole round, Daria?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just do a quick round, and then we'll break. I'm just going to put these here to indicate fire on the tents. Okay, good.
Bonus.
Huh?
My
Yeah,
firebolt
firebolt.
that I read.
Is it this one?
Yeah, about
Oh.
that one, but it misses.
Yeah. Okay. This is the only one that you guys can see, by the way. Okay. From the angle. Okay. It misses. Yes, it'll miss. Zanice, your turn.
I'm gonna move here and also cast fireball on this one.
Okay. Getting it up the
26.
wazoo. Yeah, the first one he manages, kind of goes, ha ha, and then the second one, like, whoa. Yeah. All right. The orcs and the humans will have a go. There are no orcs around you, but there are some humans. So the ones that were all attacked are all going to start running around to the other side.
You skipped my turn.
I am so sorry. I apologize. You go ahead. So
I'll crossbow attack this one.
you can't see those.
I can't see over the tents.
Yeah, the tents are bigger. They're just tall enough that somebody can almost stand in them.
Okay. I'll move down here and crossbow this guy.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
All right. Good try. Lucky. They will run around. So let me see. This guy's gonna. I guess this one will automatically run to Cracker because Cracker is a half orc in the wrong place, and obviously something to do with all these attacks. This one will also run into Cracker. This one will move here, shoot, and then duck back in. I guess I was a little bit too aggressive there. This one will come around here. This one's going to shoot from the corner at Byleth. Why don't we have you roll that one, Daria? This one's
I'm
going
gonna
to
cast
dash out.
shield on myself.
Okay. Well, you can do it after the roll.
8.
Okay. Thank you for telling me, though. So you won't need shield.
Yes.
Sorry, what's your armor class again?
12.
Oh, okay. So you do need shield. Sorry.
Okay.
Some of them will shout out, and you can hear more shouts in response. We've got 2 attacking Cracker, and then we've got 2 crossbowmen attacking the party. This one's, oh, we did the one for Violet. This one's going to attack Charlotte. Go ahead and roll that attack there, Ida.
Yes.
Okay. What's Charlotte's armor class?
15 with mage armor.
Oh, right. Excellent. So it kind of like bounces off your mage armor. Nicely done. And then these 2 are going to have a swing at Cracker. So let's have Laura and Henrietta roll those. Okay. Cracker's armor class is 17? 15.
Yep.
So one of them is going to hit. That'll be for 7 slashing damage. I didn't show you what they look like. Oh, they're not very fancy. Okay. And then we are on to Lilith and then Violet, and we'll stop.
So I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move. And then I'm gonna use Sacred Flame on this one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Roll 2 dice. Okay. Well, actually, that will work. So he will fail his dex save because he's wearing heavy armor, and he'll take some damage. Well done. Anything else for Lilith?
Nope.
Okay. And Violet.
Yes. I think I want to cast Fireball. Maybe.
Maybe?
Right in
What do you mean
there.
maybe?
Maybe I'm indecisive. So that it doesn't hit Cracker. That's possible, right?
Oh, she can take it.
Ah,
You
no.
have to tell me exactly where you're putting it though. Point pinpoint the
Yeah,
spot.
yeah. I try to. About here.
There? That'll hit Cracker.
Well.
Post your fireball.
Mhm.
20-foot radius, isn't it?
20-foot radius. Yeah, wait, let me.
So the real question I want to ask is, okay, aside from avoiding Cracker, which is not a problem, do you intend to blow up the tents or not? Because you can land it in a way that you don't get too much of the tents. Or you can land it in a way that you get a lot of the tents.
I want to get the tents too because I don't know if there are more soldiers in there.
Yep, fair enough. I'm just going to start burning these bad boys down.
Pachoo.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll 4 dex saves.
Maybe from left to right and from up to down.
Okay. 16. So he's going to save. This one's going to fail and die. Well done. And this one's also going to fail and die. Done. And this one is going to. Well, he makes a save, but he still dies because it's. All right. 3 of them are crispy critters. Well done.
Very nice. And I want to move to here.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
It's like having 2 Sophies.
I know. Oh yes.
Oh yes. The power of friendship compels me. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Daria, sorry we went over a little bit. And
I'm
I'll see
gonna
you
go.
guys.
Thanks. Bye.
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 Oh, she really had to go. Wow.
Oh
Okay.
no. Bless.
It's like missing the train or something.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. I will
Bye.
see you guys next week. Have a lovely
That's
weekend
fun.
and week.
Thank you.
You
too.
too.
Take care.
See you guys.
Bye.
Right,
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.